Divine greetings and gratitude, everyone. If you guys are new here, my name is Cassandra. I'm the witch, author, poet, and performer of Magic of Eden. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if y'all are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred garden. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. We are going to go ahead and get to our reading. And as you guys could tell, I already have some cards pulled out here. And these are the other piles that we have. So we have pile number 1. We have pile number 2, and we also have pile number 3. I'm actually going to go ahead and pause so that you guys can take a moment to choose your piles. Some of you guys may be called to pick more than one card, or some of you guys may be called to pick, just one pile or what have you. But either way it goes, just go ahead and make sure that you choose the pile that is calling out to you. And I'm also going to make sure that I leave the timestamps down below in the description box and also in the comment section. So make sure that you guys check either or, and also like the comment when you see it. That way you guys let me know that you guys chose your pile. Okay, you guys, we are going right into this, and I set the intention that this serves as a timeless message. I set the intention that whoever is listening to this, that they feel warm, protected, safe, welcome, honored, cherished, adored, safe, if I haven't said that already. And I set the intention that you all have your hearts open, your discernment turned on, and also that you are tapped into your intuition. I set the intention that whatever you get out of this, that it is for you and that it helps you along your journey. I set the intention that you guys receive what you guys need and that you discard what you don't need. Thank you all, by the way, for allowing me to be the person, or allowing me to be the medium or the priestess that actually gives you the messages that you may need. Thank you guys for trusting me to deliver your messages, and I hope that it all serves you in the best ways possible. All right, so we already have some cards here that are laid out, but I wanted to go ahead and get started with this refuge card. This was the first card that came out for you guys from this deck. This is, I think it's a Sacred Forest Oracle deck. I'll make sure to leave all the decks listed down below in the description box, but this is the refuge. And my battery is about to die. Let me go ahead and change that real quick. Now, in terms of refuge, right, this is one of those things where what I pick up on is the fact that there's someone that has been on the move. There's someone that has been moving around a lot. And what I'm hearing is that for some of you guys, you've been from home to home. You've been traveling on the road. And with this refuge here, it almost kind of comes across as there's someone looking for some type of safety. Now, the word refuge is normally about you finding a place where you can go to relax and de-stress after a journey of hardship, or after a journey of adversity, or after a journey of dramatic change that put you in a space of distress. Refuge is that space where you can fully unload and unwind and relax after feeling like you were in survival mode. So with refuge here, it almost kind of makes me feel like somebody, or a lot of you, have been in survival mode where you've been constantly giving and giving and giving and pouring out and pouring out and pouring out. And with refuge, it's like you need a place where you can feel warm, where you can feel safe, where you can feel like you don't have to be so deep into survival mode. The fact that some of you guys have been fighting and constantly moving and on the go, it almost kind of feels like some of you guys really just kind of want to sit down and relax and just simply not do anything. And for whatever reason, and not even just not do anything, but it's one of those things where you've been doing so much to the point where you just don't want to continue to do, because you've exerted so much of your energy, so much of your willpower, so much of your strength, so much of your stamina, so much of yourself has been put into this thing or into these people. And some of you, what I'm hearing is that you've been at war with yourself, or you've been at war with someone else, or there's this idea of you guys feeling like you've been in a constant battle or fight where you've had to constantly put up your armor, constantly put up your shield to protect yourself from danger or from these people that want to take from you. Some of you guys are coming from spaces where you've been taken advantage of, where you've been taken for granted, where you've been violated, where you've been mistreated. And I feel like some of you guys are looking to go into a space where you feel like someone can cater to you, where someone can love you, where someone can invest in you, where someone can actually do things in a way that, or show up for you in a way that you have shown up for others. With refuge, I also feel like this is a spiritual place of retreat where you can regenerate, where you can sit down, where you can relax, where you can meditate, where you can breathe, where you can unwind and actually be yourself. Because with refuge here, what I'm picking up on is the fact that what I'm hearing is actually spiritual safety. It's one of those things where you want to feel spiritually safe, where you want to feel spiritually secure. And this has more to do with, this feels more emotional and spiritual than it does anything else. And I feel like the emotional and the spiritual bodies right now do need time to be replenished, because when one body is out of whack, then more than likely all the other bodies fall out of alignment. So the fact that some of you guys are looking for refuge, or some of you, or the fact that this refuge card is here, to me, this refuge card is pointing to the need to, again, to unwind, but also just be in tune with your spiritual team, be in tune with yourself spiritually, and find yourself again. Also, for whatever reason, I feel like for some of you guys, I'm seeing Bird Box, like the movie Bird Box, and it's interesting because they had to go along this journey where they were blindfolded and they couldn't look, because if they looked, then they would end up, harming themselves, or, committing the S word, right? Because of the horrors that they saw. And for whatever reason, what I'm seeing is that you guys are constantly tired of looking at the trauma. You guys are constantly tired of seeing things play out in certain ways, and so you kind of close your eyes and you walk with your eyes shut, because you would much rather rely on your other senses, because the eyes have seen so many things. And I feel like for some of you guys, y'all have seen things that you would never say out loud, because just the thought of it can be traumatizing enough, or just saying the word or even telling the story can be just not just as traumatic, but it can be traumatic for someone to hear, that they may find themselves down in the dumps, or they may find themselves just afraid or in fear, or they might find themselves feeling uneasy and unsettled. And that's the reason why for some of you guys, it's like you don't even want to speak it out loud. Some of you guys have been through a lot, and I feel like this is the time where Spirit is asking you, or you are wanting to go into this space of retreat, or you're wanting to go into this space where you can just unwind and just, I don't know why, but the word is escape. It's like you're trying to escape something. But with refuge here, I feel like Spirit is reminding you that in the space of refuge, this space of refuge looks like you going to your altar. It looks like going to a friend's house. It looks like finding home for now, so that you can be replenished, so you can heal until you continue on with the journey. Spirit is saying that although your journey has been tiring, it's been daunting, it's been trying, you've been through tribulation after trial after tribulation, Spirit is saying that the journey is not over yet. Refuge here is a space that is being opened up for you to come, so that you can unwind and cry, so that you can let it out, so that you can be seen, felt, validated, warm, secure. And that is what Spirit is saying, because this place, or this space that you're being called into is there to help you replenish and build the spiritual body back up. What I'm feeling right now is that some of you guys are going to a space where you can't actually heal the physical body. I'm hearing something about the liver. Like there's something very specific about the liver coming through. And I just heard something about the appendix. I don't know if someone has had their appendix removed, or someone is looking into getting their appendix removed, but that's coming through for somebody. And I'm also hearing the word castor oil for fertility issues, or castor oil to put on the abdomen. Funny thing is that if anyone is suffering from fibroids, castor oil with a body wrap does wonders. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm also hearing like PMS symptoms as well. Like someone's having like really bad cramps and PMS symptoms. That's coming through. There's something about this refuge that can allow you to heal in the way that you need, without you having to constantly do an overpour. That's the vibe of this refuge card here. Now we're going to turn the cards over. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here. We have a Three of Pentacles in reverse here. The Chariot. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. We have the Devil in reverse here. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. This to me really does feel a lot like someone being able to slow down. I see the Chariot as slowing down. I see the Chariot as stopping. I see the Chariot here. It's like, I've been on this journey for so long. I've been constantly on the move. For some of you guys, constantly being on the move is you going from one space to another, or you traveling from one place to another, because some of you guys never really felt like you had a place to call home. And this refuge here, what Spirit is saying is that this refuge is here to house you, to home you, to feed you, to love you, to give to you, to take care of you, to honor you, so that you can really go deep within yourself to figure out what home even is for you. Does that make sense? For some, I'm hearing the word nomad. Like, that's the word. And with this idea of nomad, it's the earth is your home. For whatever reason, I feel like for you guys, it's some of you guys are changing from becoming a nomad to actually finding a place where you fully do belong. Like, you're finding your group, you're finding your tribe. But before you can fully get there, it's like you have to find refuge. This place of refuge to me is coming through as it. I don't know why, but it looks like this. I'm hearing the word homecoming. It's like you're coming home to something. You guys are finding home. For group number one, for people who chose pile number one, you are finding your home. You are finding your place. You may have been someone that used to really roam around and not really call like an actual home. You guys may have felt disconnected because of some type of like childhood upbringing where you guys had to move around a lot. And as a result of that, you felt like you could never really find a place to actually settle, but there may be some type of wound around that, or there may have been constant feelings of unsettlement in the home, or the foundation was always being uprooted, and so you didn't really feel safe, and so you felt that your safest bet was to constantly move around because you had more control. And that's something that's coming through. It's like movement was a way for you guys to control the outcome. You controlled where you went, you controlled where you go, you controlled where you can rest. And I feel like that control is what gave you a sense of actual safety, right? And it gave you this sense of security, because even though you weren't secure and actually being still and settled, you moving around and roaming was your way of being in control. And I felt like that was a safe space for you. Spirit is saying that now it is time to stop and halt and just get out of the car. Like, for whatever reason, there's element of you getting out of the car, you coming out, you getting off the bus, you just stopping and seeking refuge and resting. And the reason is because there are so many connections that you'll make if you decided to go to this place. I'm seeing like a building, and I'm seeing like it's like a safe haven or like a garden. It's a safe haven and it's a garden, and it's everything is like grown like directly in the earth. Like, that's something that I'm seeing as well. I'm feeling or getting this sense of like someone who was constantly eating like a lot of fast food because they were on the go, to going to this refuge where they can actually have a home cooked meal. The Queen of Pentacles here is used to constantly doing and used to providing a space, and now the Queen of Pentacles is actually looking for a space. The Queen of Pentacles is looking to put down she's looking to put the pot down, right? Like, she's looking to put the pot down, and she's looking for someone else to come in and take that role, because there's somewhere that she needs to go. She needs refuge, or it needs refuge. This divine feminine aspect of yourself needs some type of refuge, right? Also, with the Chariot card coming out, the Chariot card really usually pops up when it's actual travel. Sometimes it's literal. Also, the Chariot card comes up when there's an exertion of willpower, where we want confirmation, or it comes up as a confirmation that we are successful when we are moving, when we're on the move, where we're exercising our willpower, where we know where we're going. We see, like, we're in constant motion. In this sense, I'm seeing that the Chariot is actually stopping. The Chariot also, what I feel is, it's like, I need to pack my bags and go. I can no longer stay here. Also, that reminds me, for some of you guys, you were used to being in a space where you didn't feel safe, and you decided that you had to pack your bags and go because that was what's going to lead you to freedom. Some of y'all are getting up and leaving and seeking refuge, because what I'm hearing is that some of you guys may have been in an abusive relationship. Some of you guys may have been in a space where the energy was very tumultuous. And as a result of that, you decided that you were going to go somewhere where you will be fully invested in, where you will be fully cared for and nurtured and taken care of, because this space was just not beneficial to your mental health. You guys are getting up for the sake of doing better and you guys are getting up and leaving for the sake of your mental health, and you're doing the best that you can. With the devil card in reverse here, I see you guys, you're no longer waiting for permission to get up and leave. I'm hearing like a runaway. Like, you know how when some kids, like, they run away because they get so tired and they seek refuge, and then for some of them it's they find like a better home, or for some people, or for some, you know, yeah, for some people or some kids, it's like they end up going to this space that guides them and gives them the warmth and the love that they need, that they don't feel at home. And then it goes, and then they end up being sent back home because they find some type of information, or they get some type of clarity that they need, right? In this sense, that I'm seeing is that you guys are actually getting up and you're leaving the home and you're not coming back, actually. And with the metaphor of it being a child, it's like your inner child needs healing. It needs safety. You guys may be doing some type of inner child work or healing here. And I feel like you guys are getting up and leaving. And when you go to this place of refuge, that is where you can gain the most clarity. And that's what I feel for you guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and we have the 6 of coins here, or the 6 of pentacles. We have the 7, what looks like wands, if you guys can see that. And we also have the 7 of cups here. We have the focus card. We have dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. We have whale spirit, trust the great mystery. And we have the horse spirit, freedom is yours. Okay, so I just heard the word voyage. Now this horse is obviously, y'all already know, is bringing me to the chariot. It's bringing me to the chariot. Now with the horse spirit, what I'm feeling is like, you're no longer wanting to be bound. You're no longer wanting to be limited. You're no longer wanting to be restricted. You're no longer wanting to deal with the intensity. And so you're deciding to just simply get up and you leave. And for some of you guys, it's a quiet exit where you're leaving in the middle of the night, and the next thing you know, no one knows where you are and they will never find you. By the time they see you, you'll be famous. By the time they see you, you'll be successful. By the time they see you, you'll end up just becoming or making something of yourself, all because you decided to get up and leave. And I feel like you guys are finding home. For pile number 1, you are finding home, whatever it looks like for you. You can apply this to a job. You can apply this to a new relationship. You can apply this to whatever you want to apply it to. But you guys are finding home. And that's just simply the vibe. You have 6 of coins or 6 of pentacles. You have 7 of wands, and you also have 7 of cups. There's some type of revelation coming through, and there's some type of spiritual awakening or enlightenment that's coming through as well. Okay, so I call these the 7 of wands. These are actually this is actually the 7 of swords. With the 7 of swords and with the 7 of cups here, it's one of the, and the 6 of pentacles, it's one of those things where you just kind of feel like you'd rather be in a space where you can actually tune into your own divine intuition, and you'd rather be in a space where you can see things. You want to be in a space where you see things a lot more clearly. And I feel like instead of you getting up, instead of you planning, for some of you guys, you have no plan. And I feel like the plan is just for you to get up and for you to go, because there's some type of revelation, or there's some type of enlightenment that you guys are after. For some of you guys, you just simply, you going into this space of refuge is what's going to bring the enlightenment. Does that make sense? And I feel like you're going to be into it. You're going to end up going into a space where where you are accounted for, but you're going to be poured into. You're not going to have to give much. All you're going to be able to give is yourself, but yourself is enough. And I feel like that's what this is saying here. With the 7 of swords, this usually points to planning and things of that nature. I feel like sometimes it comes up as planning. Sometimes it comes up as things getting away from us. Sometimes it comes up as us just kind of leaving without a word, without saying anything. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. You're getting up and you're leaving because you know that there's something that is calling you. If you guys hear anything in the background, I'm sorry about that. It's my 3-year-old. You guys are getting up and you're moving. Freedom definitely is yours. Trust the great mystery. You may not know or see everything, but that's the beauty of it. And I feel like the fact that you may not know or see everything, I feel like this is one of those things where you're trusting. You are simply trusting in God or the divine, your angels, your guides, your spirit team, or whoever else. You're trusting in your intuition because your intuition is leading the way. You may not even know exactly what you want right now, but you'll know when you get there, and you'll know because you'll feel it. With this be loyal to what you love card, it's almost, and focus actually. It's, you have your heart set on something. You have your intention set on something. You have your focus on this one thing in particular. And it's like the only focus here is moving into a space where you can relax. I think that is definitely the main focus. And by you going into the space of refuge, it's going to allow you to focus because your intention will just simply be on resting, rejuvenation, meditation. And it'll actually help you to enhance your perception and also enhance your ability to focus because you're not bombarded with so much intensity. Be loyal to what you love means that, to me, what I'm hearing is don't stop. And I'm hearing the words don't stop believing. Don't stop believing. Some of you guys may be in spaces where you feel hopeless. And Spirit is saying don't stop believing. Don't stop knowing, because the more that you know that you are safe and that you are in good hands, someone is going to come along. I see somebody coming in and helping you. I see you finding your people so that you don't have to do this alone anymore. So that you don't have to feel like you're constantly in a battle. And that is what I'm seeing for you guys for pile number 1. Thank you all for listening to this reading and for tuning in. If y'all need anything from me, you guys can visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. Also, if you guys want to follow along with me on Instagram, you can at Magic of Eden. Last thing is, I love you all. I have so much love for you. I have so much respect for you. And I really do hope that you guys feel like you can go to a place where you feel safe and secure. And I hope that you feel safe in this space as well, because this space is open to you. And if that is all, I will catch you guys in my next video. Hello, everyone. If you chose pile number 2, this is a reading for y'all. And we're going to go ahead and get started. If you guys hear anything in the background, my apologies. It's my children. They sometimes get a little excited and loud. So thank you all for understanding and for being patient with me as I do your reading. The card that we have here is Expansion. Now, I do want to say this. When I was shuffling your cards, I had to put a couple of cards back because I ended up seeing them. But I feel like it still matters, right? Even though I put them back, I feel like it still matters. With the Expansion card here, Spirit Guardian of Summer, I feel like for some of you guys, this is all about something that was already started that is starting to bloom. There was something that was started that was planted and now it's growing. Think of it, I'm seeing like a pregnant belly, like a pregnant belly, and it's growing and it's growing and it's growing, and then this individual is having the baby and it's a love child. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like a love child. It feels like something that someone started. Someone did like some type of like collaboration, or they joined forces and they created something, and now it's starting to grow and bloom and blossom. And I'm hearing reap the reward. So for some of you, it's going to feel very rewarding, but this is not something that just happened overnight. This was something that took time. And I'm seeing something coming to a culmination, and it feels like summer, and I'm seeing the sunlight. I'm seeing the sun, and it's beaming. And it's so bright and juicy. Like it's so juicy. There's something very juicy about this pile here. And I'm hearing the word nectar. Spirit Guardian of Summer, Expansion. The funny thing about summer is that summer is like it comes after spring. And in this season, in the season of summer, we can see all the fruits of our labor just bursting out right before our eyes. Things are just constantly growing. It's fun. We're just indulging in everything that we're indulging in all the things that we planted back in the past. And it's in the now, or it's in the summer, that we see how things have come to be. We see the growth. We see what once was a potential actually manifest. We see the manifestations that we have been working our magic for over time. And summer is so interesting because I feel like with it comes this need to declothe and to show and to get out or come out of hiding. It's a space where we can feel the vitamin D soak into our skin. It's a space, or it's a time where we start to really enjoy everything that we have worked so hard for. And it's a time of enjoyment. So I feel like this to me is bringing me to like Nine of Pentacles vibes, but it's like you guys may be in a space where you're about to start enjoying yourself more, or spirit may be asking you to enjoy yourself more, or to start just enjoying the process of creation. There's something about fertility and creation here. And I'm also hawthorn berries. Hawthorn berries are coming through. Hawthorn berries and honeysuckle. Like those are two herbs and flowers that are coming through, and berries actually, and roses. Like I'm hearing peonies. Like there's something very specific about peonies as well. With expansion, this is something that is growing, and it's growing, and it's growing, and it's ballooning. And it almost kind of feels like, I just heard you make my heart go pop. I had this shirt, or this pajama shirt, a long time ago, and on it it said, "You make my heart go pop." It's like your heart is just bursting with love, with enjoyment, with thrill, with joy, with pleasure, with play. And it's this Leo-like energy that just you're overwhelmed with. Like you may be a Leo listening to this, or there may be something about Leo that you're either getting yourself into, or that spirit wants you to focus on. What sits in Leo in your chart, and what part of your chart, or what house does Leo rule in your chart? Like that's what I'm called to ask here. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and see what the cards are all about. There's something turning around for you guys for the better. There's definitely something turning around. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just shuffle. Okay. We got the Three of Swords here. That seems like it's in the past, actually. Okay, we have Judgment here. What else do we have? Oh my goodness, we have Queen of Pentacles. We have Knight of Pentacles. Okay. I know that you guys have the Three of Swords here, but I don't see this as a bad thing. And as I talk about the damn sun, the Sun card is here. That, it doesn't surprise me though. Not to toot my own horn, but when I do readings sometimes, y'all, or a good amount of the time, and I'm so glad that I catch them on camera now, the cards will card. It's always aligning, and I love that. Like, it's always aligning. Sometimes I'll say a card, and then it will come out later. Like, it just does, and it will, and it's so great, and I'm glad that it happens. Moving forward, so basically, yes, I feel like the fact that we do have the Three of... Okay, so we have Three of Swords, we have Judgment, we have the Queen of Pentacles here, we also have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Sun card. Someone found their worth. Someone decided what they were worth, and they decided that they were no longer going to continuously hold on to the hurt, to the guilt, to the shame, and to whatever this Three of Swords was. Each of these swords represents something that you went through that hurt you, or any type of expectation you had. And it's so interesting because I'm hearing the power of three. third time's the charm with this one. You may have gone through something, maybe it took you 3 times to learn the lesson, but once you learned it and once you allowed yourself to really call it out for what it was, once you called yourself into review, once you called this thing into question, you decided that you were going to do what you had to do to take care of yourself. And as a result of that, now you can start to really focus on the things that you're growing. The funny thing that we're talking about fertility and we're talking about growth and expansion is because we have the Queen of Pentacles here, and she nurtures everything that she touches. And this represents a card of mastery in a divinely feminine way. With the Queen of Pentacles here, it understands that there is a calling to take care of in a very nurturing and divinely feminine way. Now, what I do want to say too is that this queen is not afraid to get sensual. This queen is very sensual because it's earth energy, right? And earth energy is very sensual. So with the Queen of Pentacles, she is not afraid to feel. She's not afraid, or I don't want to say she, but it is not afraid to feel. It is not afraid to rub, to touch, because it is very much in tune with the senses, and it is very much in tune with the physical body, with the external environment, and it knows where the spot is. I don't know why that's the vibe, and it's coming off as it's something very sexual, but it feels very sensual. It's like, I know where the spot is. I know exactly what to do, when to do it, and where to do it, and who to do it to in order to get a certain result. Like, I don't know why this is like, I'm picking up on someone like using, okay, I'm just going to set the intention that if you're listening to this, that you are an adult, your age does not end in teen, and that you are full grown, that you're fully grown. So having said that, I don't know why, but I'm feeling some type of like, I want to say stripper, but I want to also say like sex worker. Like, it feels like sex work. Like, that's just what it feels like. And I hope this video doesn't get flagged for me saying that, but it really does feel like there's someone, and I'm also hearing lust. Like, what I'm picking up on, like, lust vibes with this one. And it almost feels like using the body to bring in, or this physical attraction. With this Queen of Pentacles here, do not get it twisted. She's very practical. She's very strategic. She plans, she does what she needs to do, but there's this idea of sensuality that this queen is embracing. She's embracing this sensual aspect. That is just what the vibe is. Why? I do not know. But like, that's just what I'm picking up on. That's just what I'm picking up on. I have to trust it. So basically with the Queen of Pentacles here also, and we also have the Knight of Pentacles, I really do feel like this is definitely slow and steady to this culmination of things. It may feel like it's taking forever, but Spirit is saying to enjoy the moment, to savor the moment. When you bite that apple, take your time when you bite that apple, or when you bite that peach. And it's so interesting because I feel this is so wild. Okay, so I'm hearing something about like food. Somebody might have like a food kink or something like that. Why is this coming through in this reading? All right, yeah, that's wild. Someone may have like a food kink or something like that. Anyways, enjoy yourself. Like, this to me is this feeling of enjoyment. It's this feeling of enjoying yourself. And it's like, look, I have been through a lot. If I were to go back and look at all the things that I've been through and all the hurt that I experienced, everything that I experienced before, I would know that this is deserving, that I deserve this. I do not want to ever experience this anymore. But what I do want to experience is this long life of enjoyment, of pleasure, of play, of surrender, of divine femininity, of expansion, of just all things coming forth to me because I've worked so hard for it. There is this highlight on divine feminine energy and not so much divine masculinity. There is this divine feminine essence that has been that has been nurturing, that has been providing, that has been giving to itself and others. And now what I feel like the Spirit is saying to you is that now it is time for you to continue on with this road, because there's something that is being brought to you. Like, there's something, like some type of gift being given. I see this Queen of Pentacles receiving money for something. There may be something coming in like a check. It could be something like, it's something that's worth it, like something that you can use to invest. I see somebody giving you something. You are providing a service and you're getting paid for it. If you guys, or if anyone was looking to provide a service, this is your go. This is your green light. This is your go. This is your green light. Like, this to me feels so warm and refreshing and loving, and just, it feels vibrant. I'm going to pull a few more cards, and we're going to, whoa, look at this. You have the Magician here. Can you guys see that? I got to turn the light up. You guys have the Magician here, and you also have the Two of Cups. I think we mentioned something about, what is it called? We mentioned something about like joining forces, or like forces coming together, or merging in order to create something. That definitely is what this vibe feels like. To me, this is all about combining these different elements, or these opposites, this not collaboration, but this unification in order to create something, in order to manifest something. Something is coming in. I feel like for some of you guys, if you guys are in a relationship, because this is also giving me like this feel of relationships. If you guys are in a relationship, you guys may be a power couple. This is giving me like power couple vibes. You may be in the beginning stages. Continue to build, continue to go with this over time, continue to take your time. But if you take your time and you do it right, and you combine your willpower, your knowledge, your skills, there's so many things that you two, or that you can manifest. I'm telling you, there's something that is going to manifest for you, and it is going to be juicy. It is going to be juicy. It's going to balloon. It's going to expand. I'm saying like a hot air balloon. It's like this hot air balloon is taking flight and it's lifting off. And it's this expansion that's happening in your life right now is going to help you take off. And when you do, you're going to start seeing everything as a whole. When you look down, you're going to see a whole world from a different view and different perspective. Keep your mind open. Keep your heart open. And also, Spirit is saying to open your wallet. To open your wallet. Like, it's so interesting. Open your wallet. Open up a new bank account. Open up a business account. There's something about opening. Like a grand opening, or like some type of opening. Open your bag. Open your purse. Open your wallet. Open your whatever. Open something, because when you open it, it's going to bring in some kind of revenue. It's going to bring something in, like a resource. There's something that y'all have been waiting for that's about to be birthed. You have Judgment again. And we have Oppression, which is actually the Tower card here. I had to turn the light on, you guys. Sorry about that. And then we also do have the Ace of Coins, or the Ace of Pentacles. And guess what we have, y'all? The Love card. We have love here. We have Cat Spirit, claim your independence. Which is so funny that we have that, but we also have collaboration. A rebirth is assured. I love this. Okay, so basically what I'm feeling with these cards here, right? First and foremost, I feel like after disaster, or after the heartache, after the pain, and after reviewing the things, or going back down memory lane, and after reviewing, I feel like this is Spirit. It's one of your guides saying, you've done enough. I've seen what you've been through. I've seen what you have done. I see that you've been trying your best. Here, let me go ahead and help you and give you this. I feel like you guys, it really, I'm hearing like there's this masculine, angelic like being that you've been working with. And I feel like they're giving you something. I also just heard to take you to the shrine. Like, take it to a shrine. And I'm also hearing ofrenda. For some of you guys, it's an altar. And it feels very elaborate. Some of you guys have been giving offerings after offering after offering. And now the offerings that you guys have been giving, now something is coming into you because they've heard you. And I feel like, I just heard petition. If you haven't yet, then write the petition. I see you guys working specifically with either a saint and or an angel. Some type of interdimensional angelic being with a really high frequency, and the energy is just so overwhelmingly powerful, but also very protective. You guys might have been working with Michael, with Archangel Michael. For some of y'all. For some of you, it may just simply be your ancestors that you've been working with. I just heard Diana. Like, the word Diana came through. And Artemis, I don't know why they're coming through, but Diana and Artemis is coming through. And I also just heard Nefertiti. Some of you have been working with your divine masculine angels, but also you've been working with your divine feminine goddesses. And I feel like they've heard you. I feel like they're giving you something, or that your wish was granted. They saw what you went through. They've been actually watching you for a long time now. And as a result of them watching you for this long, they know that you are more than deserving. And because you are more than deserving, because you've been giving nothing but love and nothing but good juju and good vibes to people, they are actually going to help you. With the independence here and with a rebirth is assured. What I'm feeling like, though, is that even though this is claim your independence, you yourself was already independent, and now someone else is coming along who is also as equally as independent, but the two of you together, or the lot of you together, is a force. And if you're not joining forces with someone outside of you, then there's a part of you that you're integrating that is going to help you become an even more powerful force. A rebirth is assured. There's this rebirth, to me, for whatever reason, it just feels like a birthing. Like, this rebirth is, to me, you've been in the dark places, you've been in the darker spaces, and now you're coming out as something totally new that the world is going to finally see. They're not going to be used to seeing you this way, but don't worry about that. That's not for you to judge or worry about. You just show up and be you. With the cat spirit, cats are just like, look, I know what I'm doing. It's within my DNA. It's in my biology. It's in my intuition. I'm hella spiritual. Like, there's really nothing that you can tell me, because I know. Like, I just know. It's not me being cocky. It's just simply me just knowing. Just give me the tools and the resources, and I'll know what to do with them. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of the vibe with some of you. It's like, I know what I'm doing. Just give me the resource. Also, talk about divine femininity here. We have the number 13, which is a card of divine femininity. Can you guys see that? Okay, the camera won't focus. That's fine. So basically, with the cat spirit, it's like, listen, I know what I'm doing. With love, this to me is some type of union. But that is definitely all that I have for you if you chose pile number 2. I want to let you guys know that I love you so much. Thank you for coming on here to vibe with me and to chill with me and to hang out and do a card reading. I love you guys, and if you guys need anything from me, be sure to visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. And if you want to, you guys can follow along with me over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. And if there's nothing else that I can help you with, I wish you the best of luck. May all of your wishes come true. May you feel safe. May you feel secure. May you feel loved. And may you get everything that you could ever want and need. And it is so, and I will catch y'all in my next video. All right, if you chose pile number 3, welcome to your reading. Welcome to your reading if you chose pile number 3. Or if you chose the New Beginnings card. All right. If you guys hear anything in the background, please do excuse that noise. It is either my children and or my partner. He's up there with the kids as I'm shuffling. And after I'm done shuffling, I'm actually going to go and write these other recipes down and get some things going, because I actually need to get these things written down and whatnot, because I'm changing a lot of things in the Apothecary. Like, I'm changing a lot, and I need this time right now to just get everything together, which is so funny because we're talking about new beginnings, and this feels like, for some of you, new beginnings to me is the starting point. But ironically enough, you've been down this road before. Like, that's what the vibe, like, that's what it feels like. New beginnings. I almost immediately want to just get right into your cards. Wow, new beginnings. I feel like a surprise is on its way. This feels very surprising and it feels like unknown. I don't know why this feels very like you can't see the whole thing right now, but don't worry. New beginnings. I just heard unmarked territory. Are you guys claiming something? Whoa, okay. What came out? We have the Ace of Cups. What? Nine of Cups. Excuse me. Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups. This is so watery. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, okay. Let's see what else we have here. New beginning. This is... Y'all are like leaving something behind. Y'all are leaving something behind that once was, and you are entering into something new. What was once fulfilling is no more. You guys grew. Wow, what? The Knight of Cups? What? Even the devil is here, which is so interesting that the devil is here. Why would the devil be here? We also have the Hangman. I don't want to question it, but I'm really curious. Long-lasting commitment. Long-lasting commitments. This feels very like... Ooh, talk about new beginnings. We have the Page of Wands. Talk about new beginnings. This feels like passion. Ooh, hold up. Hold up. We have the Devil card here. We have the Page of Wands. Okay, you might be coming from number 2. You probably heard number 2, and there's something in here that you need as well. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely have kinks, right? And I don't know why that's the way that I want to start this off with by saying that. I don't know why, but this makes me feel like really deep, strong, and loving passion. And you have the Ace of Wands here, along with the Devil card, along with this. This looks like suspension. This has BDSM vibes all over it. Like, if you guys are not into BDSM, this is not for you. But it feels, and you don't have to be into BDSM to receive this message anyway, but to highlight those who are into BDSM, this looks like some type of suspension. And this looks like rope play. Like, I don't know why I'm picking up on rope play so hard with this group. And so here's the thing. In BDSM, when rope play, if you're a rope bunny, right, then that basically means that you are tied up, right? And you are tied up where you're restricted to the point where you don't move. You have to fully surrender. Now, sometimes when you are tied up, you are hanging from something or you're suspended from something. But this requires total trust within yourself, but also trust in your dominant or trust in the one that is actually, tying you up and whatnot, right? This is the one you have to trust, the one who is in control. Trust that you won't fall, right? It's like a trust fall, but you have to know that you are not going to be harmed or hurt. When you decide to take this journey or go into this space where you are fully surrendered, where you fully embrace the thrill of not knowing whether you're going to make it or not, I feel like is when that's where the magic happens. So this idea of suspension and this idea of rope play, or this idea of, I don't know if you guys are into this, but look up shibari, okay? And I'm not going to go too deep into that here, but look up shibari, just trust me. And I feel like with this, it's one of those things where it's like, you feel like you have nothing left to do but to just simply be open. And then there's a sense of euphoria that comes with you allowing yourself to be suspended, with you allowing yourself to be open, with you allowing yourself to be tied up, because you being tied up and suspended in in the air or just with someone that you fully trust is so liberating. Like, this looks like sexual liberation for some of you guys, and or you guys using sex magic to bring something in, and or you, I don't know why this feels like some type of like initiation through sensual means. Like, that is so interesting. This feels very tantric. It feels very tantric. And I also feel like this person that you're meeting, or this person that's coming into your life right now, even though there is a little bit of juvenile energy, there's something that is growing. Something is growing emotionally, and something is making you sit down and really think, what do I want? What do I feel? What makes me feel safe? What makes me feel secure? What do I want to do? And I feel like it's so beautiful because when you're in this space where you're in total surrender mode, all you have is your heart and your trust. And you have to know that and I don't know why I want to repeat myself, but you have to know that no matter what, that you are safe, that you are in good hands, and that everything you want is going to come to fruition. When you don't have your hands in everything, when your hands are tied behind your back, or when your hands are just simply tied, you don't have time, or you don't even have the luxury to move, to control anything. Like, if anything, you are releasing control. You have released control, and that is exactly what this feels like. This feels like you being open and releasing the need to control so that you won't alter the outcome. Because some people sometimes put their hands in so many different things, and then they become forceful, and then it pushes away the thing that you're trying to come in, or that they're trying to call in. This to me is like a firm message saying there's something that definitely is coming into you, but you need to trust, and you don't need your hands in this. If anything, what I need you to do is I need you to understand it and to value what once was, but you're moving into something else. This feels like exploration. This feels like you being able to just unravel and be your full authentic self. Because this person or this group or this thing that you're aligning with, that you're calling in, wants you to in the most profound, passionate, and deep ways. I'm telling you, this is not a surface level type of interaction. Whatever this is, it's deep, it's mysterious, it's liberating, it's sexual. It feels so good and liberating and feisty and fiery and passionate and like so many amazing things. It really does feel that way. With the Page of Wands here, this to me is this definitely does bring new beginnings. It has new beginnings written all over it. It really does. With the Page of Wands here, this is something that you have been wanting to plan. Now it's time for you to sit down and ask yourself, okay, can I trust myself to get this done? Yes. Can I trust my guides to help me with this? Yes. If anything, what this requires you to do is take this to your altar, take this to your guides, or take this to whoever, not to whoever, but take this to your guides, take it to the altar, directly to source, and say, this is what I want, and this is what I'm choosing to commit myself to. And I am devoted to this. I use my ritual as an act of constant and consistent devotion to this thing, to this goal, to this intention. And because I am always devoted to this, I am going to receive this. This is how I devote myself. Spirit is asking you, how are you devoting? There's this idea of devotion here. Like, I cannot help but feel like this is devotion. If you devote yourself to me, rest assured, I will take care of you. Like, this really does feel like dominant and submissive vibes. It's like, if you surrender your power to me, if you surrender and give up control, trust and know that I will always take care of you. And that is exactly what this feels like. From a mundane perspective, or from like a real world perspective, this feels like dominant and submissive. From a more spiritual perspective, this is you allowing spirit to take control, to take complete control. You are allowing the spiritual realm, the realms of the ethers. You're allowing the ethers to have control so that you don't have to constantly try to figure things out. This is new love. This is a new job. This is a new life. You are starting a new life. The World card isn't here, and neither is the World card isn't here, and neither is what is that card? The World card and something, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, you have the Three of Wands here. Oh my goodness, Three of Cups. Oh, My God, look at this. The High Priestess is here. You guys, stop playing. I'm really like, why you keep saying stop playing? Okay, you have the High Priestess and you also have the Three of Wands. Oh, man, and you have the Five of Swords that just shot out. So basically with these three cards coming out, and we're going to move on to this pile over here. We're going to go ahead and get ready to move over there. But moving forward, you guys, I'm not playing. Look at this. Wheel of Fortune is here. I'm actually going to leave this card out, Wheel of Fortune, because... So basically with the High Priestess here and with the Five of Swords and with the Three of Wands, High Priestess knows that it does not need to fight. It does not need to try to do. It does not need to... There's no need for it to feel defeated. Like there's no need for the High Priestess to feel as though something could go wrong. High Priestess knows that there is nothing simply working against her or against it. In fact, what is coming in is not meant to work against it, but to show where it needs surrender. And you may feel humbled. I feel like there's a sense of humility that is here as well. You must be humble. Approach this energy with humility and just see how much you'll be gifted. Like, just be humble. There is a need to be humble, because if you're not, you can run the risk of embarrassing yourself. Like, that's what this feels like. Like, Spirit is saying, don't embarrass yourself. Be humble, because there's something that you may be used to doing, and you're not called to be in your divine masculine energy. You're called to be in your divine feminine, receptive, more submissive type of energy. Like, that's what this feels like. It feels like submission. Also, it feels like asking permission. This is a space in your life where you're learning the power of submission, surrender, and just the beauty that it brings, the love that it brings. This idea of just simply being taken care of so that you can be in your own space of divine femininity. That's what this feels like. It doesn't feel like one of those things that are forced. When the Hangman shows up, it shows us our ability to not just simply hang tight, but our ability to pause, our need to pause and to just simply be in tune with what is before us. The Devil card comes up when there's some type of shadow work that needs to be done, and or when there's something that is being revealed to us. When you're in a space of surrender, you can have a moment of looking your demons right in the face and seeing the fears for what they truly are. When you are suspended, are you afraid of falling, or are you afraid of something else? What is the fear that's coming up with this? That's coming up with you being suspended? Are you in a space of surrender? Do you feel that you will be overpowered? Do you feel like you'll be taken advantage of, that you will be violated? Like, what is it that you fear? And I feel like Spirit is saying, let it go, because when you let go and you surrender that fear to this higher power, to this higher knowing, to this higher divine energy, you'll be able to see and to receive all the amazing blessings that come with that. This new beginning and this new life requires you to be more vulnerable, for you to be more humble, for you to be more open, and for you to just simply allow yourself to be poured into. This Ace of Cups looks like aftercare, and it looks like you being replenished and you being loved on so fucking hard, y'all. Like, that's what it feels like. It just feels like y'all are being loved on to the greatest capacity. We have new beginnings here, okay? And we also have here, we have sacrifice. We have balance, which is temperance, actually. We have the High Priestess again. What? Wisdom, High Priestess. I love that. And we also have the Earth Fairy, physical health, grounding, foundations. And we also have Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. Ooh, Otter Spirit, you are never alone. That's wild, you guys. Because I just realized that you literally got the Hangman twice. This sacrifice card is the Hangman. You got the Hangman twice. And you also got the High Priestess twice. Where is she at? Look at that. 2 doubles here. You got 2 doubles. Wow. You cannot make this up. So there's an emphasis on surrender. There's an emphasis on just simply knowing and trusting that you are in safe hands. With the Hangman here, it's so interesting because we do have the energy, or this energy where it's not putting its hands in anything. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is you not touching. This is you not ruining it with the filth of the hands. There's something very specific about you not ruining it with the filth that comes with touch, that comes with touching. If anything, this is you, like, this is you receiving, right? This is you receiving the help. You're suspended. You're not doing anything. You can't ruin anything. Keep your hands to yourself. There's this idea of you keeping your hands to yourself and letting someone else do it. But also with the Hangman card here, again, the Hangman comes out as Spirit's reminder to fully trust and know that no matter, it is going to work out. You don't need to worry about what's happening logically, because the logical mind will fool you each and every time. Not each and every time, but if you're not used to using your intuition, sometimes with you going through with logic, you will end up treading down the wrong path. Right? You can tread down something that is not meant for you, which ultimately halts or blocks or pushes you away further from what you're trying to receive, or what you're trying to feel, or what you're trying to manifest here in this reality. With the Hangman here, Spirit is urging you to surrender. This is the ultimate surrender. Some of you may have a lot of trouble with surrendering because you're afraid that you'll be misused or mistreated. This is the reason why discernment is imperative, but also the High Priestess knows and uses her discernment. She may not know every single last thing, but she knows the power of ritual, and it also knows the power of tuning into the internal, because everything that is going on internally, this darker space, wisdom is there. And she knows how to pull from that place. She knows how to pause. She knows how to reflect. And I keep saying she, but what I really mean is divine feminine energy. So I don't care really how you identify, but this divine feminine energy knows when it is their time to act, it is not time to act. This is a time for you to stop, pause, surrender, and allow things to flow through. With this Earth Fairy here, physical health, grounding, and foundations, this Earth Fairy is bringing me to, this feels so sensual. It's like it's bringing me to Gaia. It's bringing me to Eros. You finding a safe space, or you becoming grounded through being held up. You feeling safe. You feeling secure. You feeling rooted. You feeling taken care of. I can't escape. I can't let go of that. You feeling taken care of. Let Spirit be your guide. You are never alone, and make your dreams real. You guys are manifesting something through surrender. I'm not even kidding. It's so funny because I actually do have a submission oil that I'm going to be adding to the Apothecary, to the shop. And it really does feel like, for pile number 3, this new beginning again is going to call for you to be led. You are not doing the leading this time. You are actually following the leader, and this time you're being taken care of, because you need to focus more on your divine femininity and your intuition. And I feel like with the Temperance card here, with balance, I feel like you've done enough of the leading. You've done enough of being in your divine masculine energy. It is definitely time for you to make that sacrifice, and for you to allow yourself to be in this divine feminine space. Honestly, Venus. We have literally Venus here. Even though this is about temperance, I feel like with this temperance, with this balance here, this is also like moderation. This has everything to do with, alchemizing, but also turning this fear into something, into fuel that can help to empower you, right? I don't know why this feels like empowerment through softness, through vulnerability, through humility. This is the reason why I felt like the BDSM vibes, because it's like when you are a submissive, you are surrendering all control and all power to this other force, to this dominant, with the knowing that no matter what, even though you may not fully understand, you know that it serves a greater purpose. And that's the energy that you're bringing into your life. You may not know everything, but you know that all is happening for a greater purpose. Just this is a time for you to relax so that you can focus on the things that you want and watch your dreams become a reality. I hope this helps. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. And if you guys did, great. I'm so happy that you did. And I do appreciate, love you all. And I hope to see you guys again. If y'all need anything from me, go ahead and visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. And if you want to, you guys can follow along with me over at Magic of Eden. I will also, on Instagram, by the way, I will also like for you guys to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to send this video to a friend or a family member that you think can benefit from it. And if there's nothing else that I can help you with, again, I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video.